Hey there, Crochet CJ, episode 46, I believe. And I only know that because I went back and looked to see what my last video number was. So it could be wrong because I may have forgotten since then. Anyway, mom, wife, midwife, born again Christian, and I love people enough to tell them that. I know it's been a long time. Things have been crazy, I know, for everybody, between work and dealing with, we've been doing a little house remodel stuff and vacations, and of course the lovely coronavirus has made all of our lives so wonderful. Anyway, I'm back. I fortunately found my microphone because when we decided to redo all our floors, so we pulled all the carpet out, and I just don't like carpet. I just don't feel like you can ever get it clean, and that's my thing to deal with. Plus, I think when they built the house, before we moved in it, and the carpet was probably pretty cheap. So anyway, we put down luxury vinyl tile, and I really like it. We went with the Blue Ridge Pine. It's really nice. It's supposed to be pet proof and waterproof and warranted for a long time. So hopefully this is the last time for a long time we have to think about redoing the floors. We did the entire house, and so it's all one wood, one look. It's wood look. It looks like Blue Ridge Pine. Anyway, it's really great. The biggest obstacle was we had to move everything out of rooms, room by room, so the guy could do the flooring. I mean, my husband and I, because I can get down up and down off the floor, because I'm still capable of doing that. I'm the one that ripped up all the carpet and pad and took up all the nail strips and all that, and then my husband's job was to tote it all out to the truck and take it to the dump. So we worked together on that one, but placing the tile was not as easy as they make it look on the YouTube videos, okay? Because I've done laminate flooring before and didn't have any problem putting a room floor in like 3 hours, like a bedroom or something. But this stuff does not snap together like they say it snaps together, okay? And I can only think that I did not have the oomph needed to tap it into place, and so we hired a guy to do it, and it's all good. So it's done, and my floors look great, and I love them. So hence why I'm standing today for my video, and why you guys are pointed up, because my yarn room, even though I have all my yarn back in the cubbies and it looks pretty good, I have lots of other things that I have to sort through. I got some of these great door hanger things for the back of the doors at TJ Maxx, and so on the back of the door and the back of the closet door, I have those for my bags. It's really nice. You can see this is the Ella bag. I think it's one of the first ones I ever bought with a candy corn a long time ago when she first started making bags. Ella, no catchy name. And I barely found my microphone. Fortunately, I did put it where I thought I'll remember where it is, and so I did, and that's good. So I have my microphone so you can hear me. I cannot find my notebook that I write all of my episodes and everything I talk about in. So this is totally just off the cuff, and I have no idea what I've talked about in past episodes, and it's been so long I'm pretty sure it's not anything I'm going to talk to you about today. So let's start with finished objects. So I have been sock making, and these are my rainbow socks. I don't remember what I did. Yeah, I can't find the ball band or anything. Right to the sock, I have plenty enough to make more shorty socks. This yarn, it is part wool and part something else. I'm sorry, I'm so terrible that I don't have that all written down, but it's not as givey. It doesn't have as much give as some of the other sock yarns I've used, so I'm going to have to put this on the sock stretchers and stretch it out, and that's fine. And then these socks I made, this is a knit crate yarn, and it's got stellina in it, so it's sparkly. And something else I've discovered making socks, my friend Leah at Leah's Homemade Crafts was saying that if you use the elastic thread, that your cuffs will come out nicer, and so I've been using the elastic thread, and that's been very helpful. Those socks were just kind of a byproduct of making another one of these Magnolia cardigans, and so here's my second Magnolia cardigan. I did not make it as long as the first one. Now this yarn, like I said, it's thinner yarn. It made great socks, and so it's like maybe a size 2 yarn. But anyway, it only comes down just past my hips, and I really like it though because it's all sparkly. This yarn was a gift from my birthday from my lovely friend Sandra, and I really like that. It's still pretty warm here in Oklahoma, so wearing that is not really an option right now, right this minute. Sorry, I dropped something too. So then my sweet friend Mary from Mary's Crochet Chit Chat sent me a pattern from I think it's Ross Smells Like Yarn, or that's terrible. I will find his stuff and stick it below in the description box. You guys know my MO. I do my video and then I upload it overnight because it takes overnight to upload because of internet speeds and stuff. And then sometime tomorrow I'll sit down and put everything in the description box, the patterns and all that stuff, and the yarn descriptions. I will find them and put them in there. So anyway, he has this knitted hat pattern, and I think the worsted weight yarn called for size 8 needles, and I do have 8s. They're interchangeables, but I had a pair of 7 circulars, and I thought I'm just going to do it with the 7s. But it turned out really nice, and it's kind of like, because you start with the band, so, and you go up, it's almost like making a giant sock, right? And then when you get to the top, that's, you know, it's knit 3, purl 2, and then when you get to the top, you do your decreases, and so it kind of looks really cool on the top. Anyway, I thought it turned out really well. There is at least one little hole in it where I must have slipped something in the wrong place, but you can't really tell, especially when it's on. Oh, isn't that attractive? I was meant to wear it anyway. I like it. The yarn is Armoni yarn. I don't have the ball band. I'm pretty sure it's 100% acrylic. Again, I'll have to link that below. I know this is terrible. I usually am way more prepared for a video than this, but it's been so long since I made one, and I just kind of had the opportunity to make one today before I head to work. I'm wearing my Eat, Sleep, Catch Babies, Repeat t-shirt. It says Eat, Sleep, Catch Babies, Repeat. So I have to go to work here in a couple hours, and so I thought, well, I'm going to make a video because I have time, and I've had a shower, and I know you guys can't smell it from here. Anyway, the other things I've made, Wendy from It's the Wendy Lady put me onto these towel toppers, which I really like. They are towel toppers that have like a little hangy thing here, so you can hang your towel on it, and then when you want to take the towel off and wash it, you take the towel off and wash it. And I mean, you know, these are 100% cotton is what I used. So you could throw them in the wash too, but it is nice. But you could change out different towels. And so I found these cute towels. Aren't they adorable? Trick or treat with the puppies. These are from Kohl's. And then I made these orange towel toppers. Yes, I like Halloween too. I'm like Ella. And I found these towels. This one says it is the Salem Coffee Witch's Brew. I thought that was funny. Anyway, so I made those for me, and then I have a couple more sets of towels to make some to send to somebody, and so I'm going to be doing that. Then the other thing that I made was, you know, a couple years ago when they first came out with the Bernat Velvet yarn, I bought like one of each color, and then the emerald green, and then this majestic purple. I bought 8 each of those to make blankets. And the emerald one, you know, I made for my son-in-law last year, so he got that. Well, this is my blanket, and because I wanted to make one for me, and it's humongous. I used all 8 balls of the Bernat Velvet, okay, and it's polyester, and it's really heavy, and it's really hard for you to tell because I don't know if I can even get to the center of this blanket, but this is the modern granny stitch. Now, I got hooked up with the modern granny through Leah at Leah's Homemade Crafts and Mary at Mary's Crochet Chit Chat, because they both have made blankets with the Modern Granny pattern. I really like this Modern Granny pattern, and again, I will link it below along with the information. So I laid this out and measured it. It covers the top of my king size bed. It is 80 inches by 84 inches. Okay, the Modern Granny stitch, not a yarn eater. I did half double crochet to make my son-in-law's blanket, and with that, you know, it really ate it up, and so the blanket's denser, but it's not as big. This is plenty heavy and plenty warm. I got on the scale, okay, and weighed, and then I picked up the blanket and weighed. This blanket weighs 5 pounds, 5.2 pounds. So it is a heavy blanket, just saying. So yeah, I did that. So that's all my finished objects that I have crocheted or knitted. Finished objects, I know you guys may have seen on Becky from Funny Farm Crochet. I was down North Carolina, Tennessee area, and I got to see her and Wendy from It's the Wendy Lady and our friend Sandra, and we spent some time dyeing yarn. And so I wanted red, so I made some red. It's not really red, it's kind of faded red, but it's nice, and it's worsted weight, 100% wool. This one is my Halloween one. This one we actually made with, the red one was made with the Easter egg die tabs. This one we made with, though it wasn't the Wilton brand, but it's the spray cake decorating mist. And we laid it out after we'd put it in some vinegar and water, and I sprayed different spots on it, and then we actually made this one in the microwave. If you want some ideas on how to dye yarn and do it with different forms of dye or different colorings, different methods, Chemknits, Rebecca at Chemknits, she is the one that we've always watched to learn this stuff, and we watched some of her videos that day and learned some new things. This was my attempt at some Christmas yarn, and so the green, these were, I actually used, the red is Kool-Aid, the green is dye tabs, and I actually crushed some of the dye tabs up and sprinkled them, so it kind of gave a sprinkled effect. And so the green is not like bright green like I thought it would end up being, but it's still that pretty kind of green and red that is Christmassy. And those are sock yarns. And then this one, this one, is this the one I made? Oh, this is the one I made for Mary. Anyway, I just made it with all different colored Kool-Aids, and wanted to give it a sprinkled effect, and you know, it does have some sprinkle in it, but it's not as sprinkled as I would have liked it, but that's okay. I'm sure Mary will use it and enjoy it. And then Wendy and Becky painted and dyed and did all sorts of stuff with sock blanks, and this is my sock blank. Wendy painted this, okay? She drew these on here. So she did me a candy corn and a bat and a pumpkin. And is that not cute? And that's just a sock blank. And so you can actually knit straight from the sock blank, or you can cake it up and knit from there. But then you don't have that anymore, so I don't know. That's it for makes, for, you know, finished objects. And then we have Joys in Progress. So right now I am working on some Christmas stockings, and I left it in the other room, and I have been in and out of this room like 5 times getting stuff. If you hear the guitar and the singing in the background, that's my husband. He just got new strings for his guitar, and so he's playing music instead of watching the TV. The TV's not on, yay! And then my other Joy in Progress is I'm making another pair of socks, and these are my favorite vanilla socks from the Oh my goodness, I've read this pattern 100,000 times. This is like my 8th pair of socks. Anyway, the yarn is from Hedgehog Fibers, which is a UK dyer, and the color is anime. So I know, I think Leah received some of this anime. I got this in a yarn carousel. I just pulled it out of the carousel and I really liked it, and so I'm making it. And I'm so excited about those socks. They're great. We had a great time. It's so cool to meet people in person that you've just known from like YouTube videos or Zoom and things like that. It's just really fantastic to meet those people, and you know, genuinely just as sweet and wonderful in person as they are on video. So we had a great time, and I was exhausted when I got home, but it was a great exhaustion, and I would go back anytime and see those ladies and you know, do the things that we had fun doing. It was a good time. And so, you know, of course we visited some yarn shops when we were there, and there were a couple of places that I picked up some yarn. So there was one little shop, and I just really like this color. There's no band on it. I always find the ones that don't have a band or a tag. It's my curse from working for Walmart for 10 years is that if it doesn't have a label on it, I will find it, and that's the one I want, and it's the only one there was. Now, there were other colors in the same yarn, and I do not remember. I'm pretty sure this was a Plymouth yarn. I will see if I can't figure out what it was and tag that below, but I really like that one. And then in that same shop I found this one. Look, it has a band, it has a tag. These colors were just too beautiful to resist, right? And this is a KFI collection indulgence finger. It's hand painted extra fine merino superwash wool. The color is Bella Vista. 75% wool, 25% polyamide. It's 100 grams, 494 yards. And it's a super fine one. I thought it would make great, beautiful socks. And so, yeah, I'm kind of on the sock kick. I know. Everybody's sick of hearing about socks. And then in North Carolina, I believe the name of the town is Cantor. I'm terrible. They have a yarn shop that is 4,000 square feet of yarn. Okay, and it really is. And Becky and I went there before I went back. On the way back, she would take me back to get on the plane. And I bought yarn there, but some of it's for a gift for somebody, so I'm not going to show it. But I found this one for me. And I don't know if you can see the oranges and the black, and it's got brown and gray. And I just really like this. So that's some socks for me. And again, look, no label. Now I know that this is Uneek yarn. And the young man who worked in the shop actually went through and looked and found the number for this yarn. I don't remember what it was. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and it's in my purse. And so when I find that, again, it may take me a couple of days to get all the stuff in the description box, but I'll get that taken care of. I really like that though. And then some of my friends gave me all sorts of little goodies while I was there. But this is Lolo Did It. I'll lick the stamps, and it's the sparkle sock. It is 75% superwash merino wool, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. It's 100 grams, 438 yards, and it's a 2-ply fingering weight. And that will make some really pretty socks. I already have some I Like the Stamps that's not in the sparkle, so I'm going to have all sorts of gorgeous socks. And then this is a sparkling sock. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in it, but it's from Knit Crate, and it's Knitology. The colorway is Silt, which I guess is because it's kind of blacks and stuff in there. And it's 70% superwash merino wool, 20% nylon, 10% stellina, 400 yards, and 100 grams. And again, yeah, I know I'm going to be making socks until Kingdom Come. I have lots of other yarn and goodies that I received from my sweet friends. However, I'm not gonna bring all that out. You know, it's just kind of, I feel like I'm just bragging about how wonderful my friends are, and I'm okay with that because they are pretty wonderful. Anyway, that's about all I have, I hope. Future projects, like I said, I'm going to make some Christmas stockings, I'm going to make some socks, and I'm sure that I have some other things. I'm doing a Christmas swap with a friend, and so I'm going to be making some things for her, and you know, I'll show you guys those things later. Again, anybody who needs to know the information on any of the patterns or any of the yarns and things like that, I will get those in the description box pretty soon and get that taken care of. In the meantime, you guys take really good care of yourselves. Please